Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, then laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let in, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, then laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, then laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, then laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Shay's Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. Y'all, happy and blessed Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight or whenever you watch this. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. Over here in the chat, we got Jermaine in the place to be. Good night, Jermaine, and thank you so much for checking in, hon. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, okay? Because it's late where you're at. Anyway, guys, we're going to be talking about two topics tonight. The first topic that I'm going to talk about is going to be Chick-fil-A. What they were sued for, okay? What they are being sued for. Wait till y'all hear this shit, all right? So, if you eat Chick-fil-A, you may want to think about that, eating at that restaurant, again, all right? So, let me go ahead and do the copyright disclaimer real quick. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across that screen. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. Also, hype this video up if you see that hype up button. And if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $Shades Tube, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Again, thanks to all the people that donated so far. I definitely appreciate you guys. What's up, Angelo? Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. Let's start off with Chick-fil-A crazy self. All right. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. I forgot to put the daggone banner up. I always forget something. Let's see. Let me do that real quick. Y'all make sure y'all check out my latest news reaction that I do in the morning or early afternoon. I did one about Roblox. and about the two girls who were groomed, and then the guy tricked them to meet him, and then obviously he took them. Y'all know you can't use certain words on YouTube, but they found them. So I talked about that today, okay? So y'all need to check that out so y'all can know about that in case you got kids too, and they be online. Yep. Okay, so let's get to talk about Chick-fil-A. And of course, I didn't capitalize this, but it's cool. It's late, y'all. Anything goes when it's late. And you know what? All this time, I did not know that Chick-fil-A spelled their name like that. I thought they used to spell it different. Maybe they changed it. I'm going to have to look that up to see because maybe they changed. I thought it was CHIC and then Filet. But I guess it is like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this story. This is according to the Independent BIA News Break, okay? And of course, the topic I talked about last night about all those, I didn't talk about all, I didn't tell you guys about everything, but I may, give you guys a couple more email messages, not tonight, but probably tomorrow from the Epstein list, okay? Anyway, let's go ahead and do this with the Chick-fil-A. So, a Black operations executive at Chick-fil-A restaurant in Philadelphia suburbs is suing the chain after being forced to endure bigotry from the franchise owner. And this is according to a federal civil rights lawsuit. Okay? Now, for nearly 2 years, Tiffany Lynch, 38, was subjected to discriminatory and stereotypical comments related to her race and the race of other Black employees or clientele. And that's according to her complaint. Among other things, Chick-fil-A Wayne Square operator Joshua Grimm, who is white, used the N-word a lot. He also insinuated that Black people smelled, that they are going to be cheap, and that they require extra cleanup, according to the complaint. If Lynch tried to bring aboard a Black employee, Grimm would question her judgment and attempted to discourage her from hiring Blacks. He would ask her if they were Nasir Black, referring to a well-spoken and professional Black male employee who once worked at the Wayne Square location, or if they were ghetto Black. Okay, the complaint states. So he wanted to know, when this manager hired Black people, if the Black person was either professional, like a former Black employer employee they had there, or if the potential employee is ghetto Black. Okay, because clearly he didn't want him to hire or her to hire any ghetto Blacks. Anyway, it says that Grimm's behavior was clear racism. Okay, and they said that he also accused the 33-year-old of making repeated homophobic comments to Lynch, who is gay. Grimm, a Pittsburgh native, worked for Chick-fil-A as a teen and later gave up a budding career as a civil engineer to go back to the fast food chain as a franchisee, according to a press release the company issued in 2023. Outside of the restaurant, Grimm and his family are very involved in their church and enjoy traveling together, the release said. Now, as we know, Chick-fil-A is normally closed on Sundays. They're based on biblical principles. But I wonder why they be always involved in these lawsuits regarding people or managers or whatever, doing racist stuff. See, here we go right here. They said at the same time, Chick-fil-A has faced similar accusations of racism in the past. Last May, a black employee at a Chick-fil-A franchise in Idaho sued over claims he endured more than a half a year of racist abuse from coworkers who allegedly called him the N-word, referred to him as an ape and a monkey, and threatened to cage him like an animal. But yet, again, if they are Bible based, you would think that they would make sure some type of way that they hire people who are not racist. That's tripped out. So anyway, they filed this complaint was filed February the 2nd, which was the other day in a Philadelphia federal court. Okay. So it also says that Graham made racist comments in the I shouldn't even say that word, the phobic comments to Lynch basically every day. Every day. And she said that he used the N-word many times as well. For an example, defendant Graham frequently told stories that he had an all-white upbringing, and when he met his first black person, he said, "What's up, my N-word?" And she said he emphasized the N-word. And then he would make jokes and say, "We don't take food stamps," when he see black people, okay? And she said that he really showed that he did not like black people. The complaint also says that he did not make these same types of racist or stereotypical comments with Caucasians, regardless of their smell or appearance. It was clear racism as he made such comments even about clean, professional looking or well-to-do black clientele. She said there was no concerns whatsoever with hiring a non-black person who was from the inner city or who used slang. Yet there was a constant pushback if a black employee was considered for hiring. Anytime Lynch tried to hire a black employee, defendant Graham would question the move. And that's when he would ask, "Is this black person Nasir Black?" Which refers to, I guess, a former employee there who was one of those like good blacks that they like to use, they like to say. Or is the potential employee a ghetto black? And then the complaint also says that Graham would direct Lynch to retrieve certain items from a storage closet, accompanied by a weird comment that she might not come back out of the closet, or that he did not want Lynch to have to come out of the closet again. Lynch took personal offense to Graham's language and made sure he knew it, the complaint states. She gave pushback related to defending Graham's discriminatory hiring practices, stating to him that he should not discriminate against black applicants when he was trying to discourage certain hires, asking if they were ghetto, according to the complaint, which states Lynch became quite vocal in objecting because Graham's comments were so intense and so frequent. So the complaint states that even though Lynch tried to discourage him from saying things by showing that she objected to it, Grimm continued conducting himself in a completely entitled and immature manner, constantly being unprofessional. And it also claims with Grimm's sister in charge of human resource at the Wayne Square location, her formal reports about what was happening were not investigated. So in November 2025, Lynch took a long planned 5-day vacation. While she was out, Grimm, without warning, removed her from the work schedule and immediately cut off her access to her company email, according to the complaint. Lynch at this point notified Chick-fil-A corporate about the history of discrimination and retaliation by Grimm and said she was desperately seeking help from headquarters. The complaint maintains. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know why did they go off like that? But it says she got a response back from Chick-fil-A headquarters saying they were unable to help. What? The next day, Grimm terminated Lynch due to subpar performance, which the complaint described as false and pretextual. Plaintiff believes and therefore avers that her race was the motivating or determinative factor in defendant's decision to terminate her employment, the complaint states. So anyway, Lynch is suing JLL Hospitality LLC, which owns Chick-fil-A Wayne Square, and Grimm individually. She is now asking a judge to force Chick-fil-A to do effective policy against such discrimination and retaliation, and to award her back pay, front pay, bonuses, and other benefits, as well as damages to be determined by a jury. So Chick-fil-A, Wayne Square, and Grimm have until March the 31st to file a formal response to Lynch's allegations. So what y'all think about that? Let me see what some of these comments are saying. Somebody said a business wants a well-spoken person to represent the company. If you don't shut your ass up, Chick-fil-A, okay, they don't really say too much, you know. I mean, all you need to do is tell the employee to say what they tell these people to say. And that's basically it when a customer comes in. So, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work at damn Chick-fil-A. Okay? Let's see. And then another racist clown said, can you really blame Chick-fil-A? They are unfit to work anywhere. They would have to be personable. They cannot relate normally and pleasantly person to person. Somebody said it is not racist to have decent acting people working for you. Just don't hire trash. The thing about it, you got trash in all race, okay, of people. You got trash in all race of people, okay, point blank. Again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work at Chick-fil-A, okay? Just make sure whoever you hire, you know, can talk. That's the first thing. Can read. That's the second thing. And tell them what to say. And tell them what they are supposed to do. Show them their job. Train them. And if they don't work out, then you know what to do. Fire. Point blank. Yeah, I don't know. I just think they may have changed it. Yeah, that's what it was before. Yeah, just right here. Okay, and I thought it was still that. I just went to Chick-fil-A. I thought it was still that. I think they just put it ain't on the Mandela effect. They just add the K to it later on. They sure do. A lot of them do. You know, I'm not going to repeat these words because I'm getting ready to butcher them, so I'm not doing it. Yeah, here where I live at though, honey, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. You do see black people working in there, but not that many. Um, Popeyes is the same way because I live in a predominantly white area, so you don't really see many black people in these business. It's usually just white or Latino and maybe one or two blacks. I think it did. I mean, let me see. Let me look that up real quick. Did Chick-fil-A change their spelling of their name? Maybe we tripping. They've been using that K since 1963. Huh, that's what you just said, the Mandela effect. It's been like that for the longest, okay? Maybe it has. I don't know. But oh yeah, let's see. Maybe people just thought it. I don't know. But the thing is, getting back to this damn lawsuit. Let me finish reading the rest of these real quick. So another commenter said, all black and brown people stop buying Chick-fil-A. Recently in Augusta, Georgia, a cashier offered free food to a group of police officers, but made the one black officer pay. I remember that story. I covered that story. Yeah. Somebody said, good for Chick-fil-A. Why should they be forced to hire people they don't want on their premises? Okay. And then another person said, y'all, this is why I tell you guys when y'all be online doing the most and, um, you know, promoting weird stuff, this is what these people be thinking. This person right here said, sad to say, but based on years of experience and personal observation, many African Americans do not present well in the customer service industry. There are an exceptional few I've come across over the years, but for the most part, many come with attitudes that suck. Wearing braids or different colored hair should not be a reason not to hire a person if they are qualified and have a positive attitude. First and foremost, all black people don't wear braids. All black people don't have different color hair. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, instead, of course, there are companies that require their employees to dress in business attire, which is understandable. But bad attitudes, no company who wants to stay competitive and grow will put up with an employee who's problematic for long, and you really can't blame them. Change the mindset, change the perception. Somebody said your last sentence says it all. Try that on yourself. I know that's right. Okay, let's see. Well, to think about it, you can want to hire professional people to come in there and work for 8, 9, 10, 11, $12, okay? 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. But the thing is, you don't need to be you do not need to use discrimination. Okay. You do not need to say, is the person ghetto? Because if you're not saying that about white people or other people, you shouldn't say it about black people are not the only ones who have ghetto. Okay. See, me, I don't want any ghetto person working in my business, whether they are black, white, Latino, or whatever. You can't work for me acting ghetto or, doing other things as well. That's just out. So that is the way this manager or whatever he was should have been. You don't be saying no hire no Is he ghetto or is he like, professional black? You shouldn't do that. That is showing that you are racist. You know what I'm saying? Or all the other remarks that he made. He said he have to what clean up a lot after black people. Man, please, you have to clean up a lot after any nasty person, whether they are black or white or whatever. That is stupid. And then he said black people smell. Well, let me tell you something. I've been around a lot of people who smell and they're not black. All right. That's on everything. And then what else did he say? I can't remember what else he said, but everything that he said can apply to any race of people, not just black people, any race. So yes, he should have been sued if everything if what she said is true, because you don't do that. You're supposed to be professional as well. You know what I'm saying? How can you expect to hire professional people when you're not professional? When you're sitting there being racist and doing the most. And the thing about it is that, again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work at no daggone Chick-fil-A, okay? You can't even take care of your household working at Chick-fil-A. And they mostly hire kids anyway. It definitely is a shame, And then when people go on interviews, go to an interview professional, okay? I mean, don't go to an interview looking like you're about to go out to a club or hang out with your friends, okay? Regardless of what color you are. Go to an interview like you want the job. You don't go to an interview tattoos showing all over your body, hair looking a mess, you talking slang and doing the most, okay? Go to the interview like you got some sense, point blank. And when you get the job, act like you got sense and do your job. But that applies to any race of people because ghetto is not just a black disease, it's a disease amongst a lot of different people. Let's see. The thing about it, they can hire whoever they want, but you don't use, that terminology, when you have people of color or whatever come in. You don't ask those stupid questions. You know what I'm saying? You can say that to yourself. Why did he even needed to ask for that? He could have went out there to see who these people are. He could have did another interview like people do. And if you don't like the person, the way they respond to your questions, or you think they are too ghetto or whatever, then you don't have to hire them. You shouldn't even say anything. Just don't call them back. You don't have to talk to another manager or assistant manager and say racist shit. See, some of these racists are so damn dumb, it's pathetic. If I was a racist and I did not want to hire somebody based on their race, I'm not telling anybody, okay? I'm going to use what you didn't do as the reason why I didn't hire you, okay? I'm not going to say what I really feel, okay? Because you don't want nobody to know. And so a lot of these racist people are stupid as hell because they always get caught. Why would this man, I think his name was Grimm, why would he go to Lynch and say all of these things? Knowing that somebody can easily sue, they can record you, they can do all types of stuff and then sue you. That's stupid. If you are not hiring people because you don't want a black person that's ghetto to work for you, you shouldn't be telling anybody this. You should just not hire the person. Okay, because they do have all of these different type of lawsuits you can do, violating civil rights, discrimination, all types of stuff. And then allegedly he was calling this woman, GAY. That's definitely a lawsuit too. I mean, that's just plainly crazy. Why would you do that? He clearly is not as educated as he should be, because he should have known not to do all of these things in front of Lynch, because he should have known that she would probably go do a lawsuit. That's common sense. Let's see what some of these people are saying. Somebody said racism is never okay, but there are dress codes where those adhere to. First and foremost, everybody at Chick-fil-A, Dodo Bird, wear a uniform, okay? That's the first thing, right? They got their own little shirts and those pants, and I forgot what else. Okay, because I go to Chick-fil-A, and that's what they have on. So what dress code? You wear what they give you, or you don't work. I mean, that's why it's good for companies like that to have uniforms. That way, people won't be coming to work half dressed, looking a hot ass mess, and looking tripped out. Everybody got on the same thing, and you make sure you brush your damn teeth, you comb your hair, you hide them damn tattoos, all them damn nose rings and all that. You can have a little small nose ring and stuff. You put gloves on from, because not black people are not the only ones who wear long nails and extensions and shit like that. You wear hair nets and all of that. So that's what Chick-fil-A is all about. Right, because I wouldn't have, if I was racist and I didn't want any white people working for me, okay, I'm not telling nobody. And I probably would hire one or two because I wouldn't want anybody to know. And I would hire a certain type if I was racist, right? I wouldn't say nothing to anybody. It would just be something that I'll keep inside, okay? So this is what he should have done, okay, versus what he did do. So then he wants to say black people are stupid and stuff like that. But he showed himself being stupid because he got caught. Why would you tell Lynch, the other manager, whatever she is, all this stuff, knowing that she can go file a lawsuit, knowing she can call headquarters or whatever, even though headquarters couldn't do anything, but a lawsuit can. So, I mean, and then plus you bring in unnecessary attention to Chick-fil-A. They already been in the news before for racism. And they just keep on adding more and more stuff. It definitely probably was. I don't even know why she continued to work there. But he eventually fired her anyway. When she took off or something. I think that's what that said. But the thing is, though, they need to stop with all this racism. I can understand he does not want a ghetto person working for him, okay? But when you say ghetto person, just don't say that black people are the only ones who act ghetto, because I see white people acting ghetto too all the time. So therefore, I would have said, I just don't want no ghetto people working for me. So if a person is ghetto, whether they are white, black, Latino, or whatever, they're not working here. Okay? Period. That's what I would have said. Then that smell stuff and all that. I mean, anybody can smell if they're not washing their butts. Okay, so what is he talking about? He probably smell just like that damn chicken up there at Chick-fil-A. Let me stop. When you work in restaurants, you smell just like that food. It does not smell good, when you be on your uniform. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Let's see here. This not noticing no black person. Let me read this. So this dude said, what's the problem? I am a black super conservative Republican that would do the same as a business owner. I'm terrified of dreadlocks and green hair. Seriously, I don't like eating at restaurants with certain types of people. Certain types of employees. That's all you see at every fast food restaurant in America now. The picture is true. Burger King, evacuate. This is not, if he is black, he's stupid, okay? I see all colors at these fast food restaurants, and out here where I live at is mostly all whites and Latino, like I said before. And why is he terrified of dreadlocks? That's stupid. I see white people with dreadlocks. And green hair, who cares what color people's hair is? As long as they act like they got common sense, okay? And they speak the little stuff that Chick-fil-A tell them to say, and they fix your food correctly, got on gloves and shit. It's cool. You're at Chick-fil-A, not a 5-star restaurant, okay? Shh. I tell you what, we all need to stop eating that fast food restaurant crap anyway. Some people say boycott Chick-fil-A. The thing about it, you can't do what you want to as a business owner, but you cannot use discrimination, okay? Because you can definitely get in serious trouble with that one. So the thing is, you should be fair. Like I said before, I wouldn't want any type of ghetto person working at my business, okay? Point blank, I don't care what color you are, all right? I want professional people who definitely know how to speak correctly, and just not doing crazy stuff. We all speak, well, not everyone, but a lot of people do speak slang. I speak it, but when it's time to be professional, that's what I speak. You see what I'm saying? So at work, that's the way you should speak, okay? Period. Somebody says, the king of all blacks, I approve this message. There's a time and place for everything. Acting ghetto at work is a no-no. That's okay though. The AI robots are on their way. I agree with part of this message. Okay, there is a time and place for everything. Acting ghetto at work is a no-no, but that applies to any race of people, not just blacks. Okay. I mean, it does not take much. Let me say this again. To work at Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's. Let's keep it real. All right. So, I mean, if you guys going to apply for these jobs, don't be going in there acting crazy. Okay. Just be professional. Make sure everything is up to par, and there you go. And black people are not the only ones who speak slang either, just to let y'all know. Goodness. I'm glad the ones that's by me do not act like this. So, I never even came into no type of contact. I haven't even, it's late, y'all. I haven't even dealt with any racism at Chick-fil-A, period. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Somebody said they have always been racist since day one. Honestly, I have never came across that at Chick-fil-A. But maybe in my area, they're just not like that. But that doesn't mean in other areas the employees are not. I mean, it doesn't mean in other areas the employees are not racist, because I mean, I don't go to every Chick-fil-A. The thing about it, Lynch described everything. So from what I read, it sounds like Grimm was being racist. Okay. He didn't say he didn't want ghetto people. He's referring to black ghetto people. He even clarified that. And then he also said if the black person is not Nasir or Nasir black, he doesn't want a ghetto black person. If he hire a black person, that black person has to be like, a good, professional, well-spoken black person. So he is being racist. He should have took the black thing out and the other stuff out and just said, I want a professional person working here. Okay, no tattoos, no piercings all over, no slang talking. You could have said all of that. Okay, but don't say black people. Just say you don't want a person doing this. Don't hire people who do this. Right. And they definitely have a history of it. I can pull up many, many stories about Chick-fil-A and racism. And for them to be, so it's the owners, the original people, the founders, for the founders to be, into the Bible and everything, you would think that the whole company would stay with that 100%. But people don't care about nothing but money these days. And as long as you got money, to buy into the franchise, whatever the case is, they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. putting biblical messages and shit on the bags and stuff. That don't mean that's just something that they do routine. You know what I'm saying? Closing on Sundays and stuff, routine. All this stuff is just routine. Somebody said I would never hire someone with facial tattoos or nose rings. The thing about it is that um, white people get facial tattoos too, and they also wear nose rings. Okay, and all nose rings do not look the same. And they can hire anyone they want, but be they cannot practice discrimination. That's against the law. You know what I'm saying? And all black people do not have bad customer service either. All right. And when you do have an employee and they are doing this, it's up to the managers to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you know your employees are out talking rude to customers and snapping at them, then the manager should get rid of them. Point blank. You suspend them first, and then after that, if they don't straighten up their attitudes, then you let them go. You still shouldn't be out here talking about all black people do that because you got some white people who have effed up attitudes at these daggone, restaurants and establishments. I have spoken to a lot of them. Be rude and shit, don't even say thank you or anything. And that's black and white and Latino. Okay, let's keep it real. Now, Chick-fil-A, I must say, majority of their people, with the exception to maybe two people, I had to go off on some Chick-fil-A people 2 years ago when I first got my car, and they were white and Latino. Okay, so like I said before, it just does not apply to black people. You got some ghetto, stupid ass white people and Latino people too. Well, I'll be cussing, okay, and I need to stop doing that myself. But at least I can admit that I be cussing out the other side of my mouth. Okay. Some people, other people, they won't admit that. Okay. But I'll admit that I be doing certain things. Okay. I definitely need to stop cussing for sure. But I don't talk about God. Um, I'll say sometimes I'll say things about God, but I'm not like preaching and then be cussing at the same time. I'm not going to do that. They sure do. They definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, you have to show by actions. Okay. And Chick-fil-A definitely need to show by actions, And so you can't be hiring or letting people buy into your business if you know they are racist. They probably don't even know this though, but when you see these lawsuits, and if the lawsuit is valid, I don't know how they can go about it, but they wouldn't be representing my company. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. Yeah. Because if you're saying that you are doing as the Bible, your business is grounded into, the scriptures, you should act that all the way out. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they used to have those little scriptures on their bags and stuff. And that's the reason why they close on Sunday. So their employees, at least originally, they close on Sunday so they can go to church. And so this person said the same thing that I said. I would not hire any worker with a bad attitude, lazy, disrespectful to customers, nasty to coworkers, no matter who you are. Okay? And that's the same thing I just said. I don't give a damn if you're white, you're black, Latino, young, old, whatever. If you are lazy, disrespectful, got a bad attitude, you come to work looking a mess, okay, and you're tripping out, you're not going to work for me. I'm not hiring you. And if you get hired and you start acting like this, you're going to be fired. And I'm not going to use no racism, no nothing, okay, period. Because you can't hire people that's acting like that. And like I said, this comes with not just blacks, it comes with a lot of different other race too. See, this dude said, I have been to. Yeah, what's that? Oh, y'all, what do I have in my pocket? Oh, man, let's see. I don't even know where it went. Anyway, it says, I've been to my Chick-fil-A in a predominantly white neighborhood. We had black teens working there that had great work ethics and well spoken. I find this article surprising. Let me say this. It does not take much to work at Chick-fil-A once again. They tell you what to say. I mean, even if you speak slang, when you're at work, you say, hello, welcome to Chick-fil-A. How may I help you? Thank you. Things like that. Okay, so I mean, even if you did speak slang, when you get hired and they train you, you say exactly what they tell you to say. So why is everyone acting like working at Chick-fil-A is like being at some of these more, these regular restaurants where you may talk more in detail to customers? You just doing the cash register and outside taking orders. And you just basically need to smile and be friendly. Okay, that's the most important thing. And make sure that uniform is clean and not wrinkled and things of that nature. And your hair is combed and all of that. That's it. Somebody said they see people go to court in pajama-like outfits. I thought, like in the courtroom that I went into, the judge didn't play that. Okay, you couldn't come in here with no outfits or like that. The thing about it, this world is really in a pitiful shape because to be walking around here thinking you're better than someone else because of your race is plainly crazy. Okay, and some of these same people will be up in church on Sunday. And you think you're better than somebody else because of your race? You're no better. Because I have said this so many times in other lives. If you get sick, if you age and get old, if you pass on, if you deal with poverty or anything like that, any type of negative situations, you are no better than any other race. You got ghetto people in all race of people. You got other people who are the live people in all race of people, people who steal in all race of people, people who are conniving, backstabbing, and low life piece of crap in all daggone race of people. So why do you people think you are better than others? It's just plainly crazy. And then you go to church on Sundays praying and doing the most. Where do you think you're going? Racism is something that should not be tolerated and it should not be done. And if this manager or whatever he was did all of these things, this other assistant manager claims, he should be held accountable. Because again, to state you don't want a certain type of black person working for you is straight up racist. All right, you should be saying, I don't want certain type of people working for me at all. Okay, regardless of their race. I don't want ghetto people of any color working for me. I don't want people who do not take care of themselves of any color working for me, not just blacks, because black people are not the only ones who be acting ghetto, who got nose rings or tattoos or whatever. And all nose ring wearing people are not ghetto. I see so many people with nose rings in in their nose. Okay, doctors, lawyers, teachers, all types of people. Chick-fil-A is not a job like that, okay? And if you can wear that there, you should be able to wear it there. All right? You can barely take care of your family on a Chick-fil-A salary. The only reason why Chick-fil-A's out here pay more is because Cali is, more expensive. And they get paid like what, $18, $19, $20 an hour? But in regular places, Chick-fil-A probably pay $8, $9 an hour. You can't even take care of family out here on $20 an hour. So I know in other states it's probably even it's difficult too, even though the cost of living is cheaper. So y'all stop acting like Chick-fil-A is some damn five-star restaurant that requires a PhD to work there or a master's. Shh. Yes, we want professional people. No, we don't want ghetto people. No, we don't want people with their pants hanging down their asses and past their ass and all this other stuff. That's why you have guidelines. If you hire someone, you need to let them know. Do not come up here looking a hot ass mess. It's just simple as that. And if you speak slang outside of work, you can do whatever you want to. But when you're here and you want this job, you speak correct English. Point blank. Because know this, a lot of people who speak slang, they just do it to fit in and to sound like the other people. You hear rappers do it all the time. They will be speaking slang and then they do an interview and they're not speaking slang. Now, some of them still do because they just straight up, like that. So the thing is, when you hire people, you don't hire them based on their race. You hire them because they fit whatever you're looking for. Their qualifications are there. In fast food restaurants, though, they mostly hire a lot of kids, okay? So these kids, sometimes some of these kids need to be schooled on how to act at work. So when you hire them, you need to let them know and let them also know this. If they cannot do as we are asking you to do, then you will be terminated. And don't put no race in it. Okay? Don't do that. You come to work, your uniform should be clean. No slang, no excessive slang. Say what we told you to say, because I'm pretty sure they tell them what to say because they all say the same thing, and smile and treat the customers with respect. That's it. That's it. It's not, hard. But anyway, like I said, if this is true, hopefully everything works out, point blank. Because I definitely know they definitely have a lot of lawsuits about racism. Somebody said, not a surprise, Chick-fil-A hides behind the Bible, preaching about how holy they are, but they are hypocrites. Oh no, I don't get to put that up there. If y'all read that report that I read about Chick-fil-A food, shit, we all of us will stop eating there. I done decreased my me eating at Chick-fil-A though. Shit, that shit ain't good for you. None of those fast food restaurants. Y'all better start reading about this stuff because I'm telling you, all these diseases and stuff that you get, these illness, hey, these places contribute to it all the damn time. That's why you can see these fast food restaurants from one corner and the urgent care across the street. That's the urgent care across the street because they know y'all gonna be rushing over there. Okay, so like I be telling my kids and other people, it's a good thing. You can go buy cheap food, okay, but in the long run, it's like this lawyer had told me, you can buy cheap food, but in the long run, you're going to end up spending more money in your medical bills, okay? Because of the sickness that you can get from all these cheap foods that you buy. And I have to tell myself that constantly because I be at work and I'll be eating this mess. And if you do eat fast food, you can just try to get healthier stuff. Go to healthier restaurants and stuff because that shit is slowly unaliving us, for real. Hypertension, sugar diabetes, inflammation in your body, certain aches and pains. It comes from processed foods, okay? A lot of times, okay? You can trace them back. When I stopped eating all this fast food restaurants stuff, and I go back to the old Sharon that I used to be before I got married, I'm gonna show you guys that a lot of this stuff, these aches and pains that you have, the illness, come from eating unhealthy foods. Okay? Whether you buy it at the grocery store or you buy it at the restaurant, this food is some of these foods are slowly unaliving us or making us sick. So when you buy this cheap food at these restaurants, Just think you're saving money right now, but in the long run, you're going to be spending money on medications, doctor visits, and other things you may need to get because of this damn shit they be putting in these foods, these oils they use, and how they do it. And you don't know if these people are washing their hands. They be using the same damn gloves. They keep those gloves on all damn day. And even when they change gloves, sometimes they leave from the cash register and go over there and touch the food. I must say that Chick-fil-A, everyone that I have went into, they do change their gloves and all that type of stuff. But I still say we don't know what goes on, behind closed doors. I remember one day I was at a restaurant picking up some food, and the guy dropped some food on the floor. He saw me looking. He was about to pick that up and put it back in the thing, but he saw me looking, and he looked over there by me and then threw it away. So gotta be very cautious while y'all worried about Chick-fil-A doing this and doing that. You better worry about eating that damn food from Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, all those places. And that's that video I saw about Chick-fil-A, man. No. Mm-mm. No. Damn, she got arrested? Hold on. Let me look at this real quick. Tamika. Let me see this real quick. So what happened? Oh, she didn't have insurance on her car. She did update her insurance. What it says, and she thought the issue had been resolved. The only problem was she needed to show up to court in person to show proof before the judge. And so when she did not show up to court, they issued a warrant. And so when she was stopped, she went on a vacation or something. Her planes, she got off the plane, and I guess she was stopped. I don't know. And they arrested her because she had a warrant. That's why you got to make sure your stuff is taken care of. Okay. It's just minor shit. Insurance. But anyway, that was true. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on from Chick-fil-A. Y'all know news articles. So many news articles be coming up on my phone as I be talking. And sometimes when I see certain ones, I just start reading it. But, y'all just keep on applying for those jobs. Go there professional. Eliminate the slang, okay? Because I know you can do it. And go there professional, like I just said. And if you get the job, just make sure you have a professional, personality, when you're at work. What you do after you get off of work, that's your business. But when you're at work, be professional and talk like you got some sense. Show people that not all of us are cray-cray, okay? Since they think we are. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. I got to go back and look at that body cam footage so I can laugh. Anyway, okay, let's talk about the man who falsely claimed to hurt Charlie Kirk. Okay, let's talk about him now. You've been on here. What time? Let me hurry up. So this man name is, what is this dude's name? Let me see. I can't wait to watch that video. Excuse me, guys. Let's see here. I think his name is George something, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, George Zine or Zen. Let me see. Oh, Chick-fil-A. I think we need to stop eating that Chick-fil-A so much too. Show them that our money matter. You want to be racist, but you're going to take the money from black people, huh? Okay. When y'all know certain establishments are basically racist, I'm telling you, you need to stop using these people. Shopping at these places. and buying their stuff. Money speaks, honey. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Money talks. It's like if I go to a place and I feel like they've been racist, I don't give a damn what I'm buying. I usually say I don't want it. Let me get my money back. And sometimes I tell them why. Okay, period. I remember one time I was at Walmart and the security was following me. Um, I was looking at some personal hygiene products, right? And I had to check to see what type of ingredients was in it because I'm allergic to so much stuff, right? So this bee up here watching. When I saw her, man, I'm not gonna lie. I approached her and I was like, "Why are you following me?" I said, "There's nothing in this damn store that I want to take." And then I had to say some other things and some other things and some other things. And then I asked for the manager and I let her know this is unacceptable. And didn't have any problems with them ever again. And they never followed me again, ever. Because my ass believe in lawsuits. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. And I'm like some people or some person, I don't sit up on YouTube and pretend to file lawsuits. I'll actually do it. Okay? On everything. In Walmart, I don't give a damn about taking them to court. I don't care how many trial lawyers they have. I sued Walmart some years ago because a shelf or something fell on my daughter. Okay, and they thought they were gonna win. I won. Okay, I won. So I'm not scared to take their ass to court for stuff. You're not gonna be following me around the damn store though. And I'm looking at ingredients, the personal hygiene stuff because I have allergic reactions if I use certain things. And I'm talking about severe allergic reactions where I have to go to the emergency room. And you don't want allergic reactions in certain areas. So I damn well had to look at the ingredients. And I told her ass off too, I'm not gonna lie. I really did, y'all. I really did. But anyway, let me tell you about this dude, George Zine. Okay, so this is the old dude who was lying, basically. He was lying, okay? Y'all remember when Charlie Kirk got unalive at the Utah Valley University last September? Okay, this dude, George Zine, is the guy who said, I did it or something like that. He said, I SHOT him, now SHOOT me. Okay? He was pretending that he was the person. Anyway, let me tell y'all the story. George Zine, okay, was sentenced to up to 5 years in prison on Thursday after pleading no contest to a reduced obstruction of justice charge. According to prosecutors, Zine had intentionally inserted himself into the chaos after Kirk, a conservative activist, was SHOT in the neck at a Turning Point USA event at the university. Zine approached a detective and said, I SHOT him, now SHOOT me. And that was shortly after Kirk was assassinated. And this created confusion in, what did I just say? Confusion in diverting officers at a critical time in the investigation. Now, when he was asked to surrender the weapon, Zine refused and repeatedly demanded that officers unalive him. He was quickly placed in handcuffs as tension grew and bystanders from the crowd of more than 3,000 people began threatening him because they thought he was Charlie Kirk's unaliver. Now, later on, police confirmed that Zine was not the shooter because he falsely claimed responsibility. Zine forced many officers to focus on him instead of securing the scene and tracking down the real suspect. A video of Zine's arrest was shared online, leading many to believe the case had already been solved. Hold on. Then they said Zine's lies did not end there. After being taken to a hospital for chest pain, he reportedly told officers that he was glad he claimed responsibility so that the real SHOOTR could escape. Zine described his actions as his attempt to become a matriarch for the man who was unalive, according to a police booking affidavit. While in custody, Zine also admitted that his phone contained what? Child pornography, leading to a separate investigation and more charges. Why would he admit to this stuff? This man is absolutely crazy. Well, I guess he admitted to because he did have it there. Police later reported finding explicit images on his device, which led to 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. As part of a plea deal, Zine pleaded guilty to 2 of those counts and received 2 terms of 1 to 15 years. So he is going to get, 1 to 15 years. All 3 sentences, including the obstruction charge, will be served concurrently. The plea deal dismissed a separate theft charge that was filed earlier this year. Damn, this man got an extensive criminal history. He had multiple arrests, mostly related to trespassing in political spaces. In 2013, he was charged with making a terroristic threat for sending an email asking if Salt Lake City Marathon organizers needed anybody to help place bombs near the finish line. Sound like this man got some serious mental problems going on. Goodness. That is weird, you guys. That's weird. Okay, but anyway, what do y'all got to say about this lunatic? No, he got in trouble for what did I say? Extra exploitation of a minor. So he told them that he has some explicit stuff in his phone of minors, I guess, because they would have found it anyway. But if he knew, but he's stupid, because if he knew, well, he didn't know that this dude was going to get unalive. So everything he did, he probably just routinely, he just did it at a spur of the moment. But if you know you got something crazy on your phone, and he knows that he be acting a fool when he go to these political things, wouldn't you think you would go through your phone and erase everything? I mean, everything, any trace of it. Matter of fact, you would dispose of the damn phone somewhere. Okay, you could even bury that phone, turn it off, take the battery out of it, bury the phone somewhere, and they would have never found it and just didn't say anything about it. He's stupid. If you know you're going somewhere and it may be, he didn't know that Charlie was going to get unalive, but he probably was going to, do some weird stuff anyway. If he knew that, he should have disposed of that phone. He could have took that damn phone and just buried it. I mean, way deep, like you do a body. You know what I'm saying? He could have did that. And took, like I said, take the battery out, erase everything off of it, go through the hard drive, all that stuff, erase everything, just clean it all the way through, and then just bury it. Because in case somebody finds it, so they won't be able to, still get stuff off of it. And if you got stuff in emails, which is stupid, he shouldn't. You would think he would have never sent anything to his email or anything. It would just be pictures on his phone, but don't store it in the cloud or nothing like that either. Because if you do, it's gonna be, you can still get that. He wasn't thinking, stupid. And then to say that he did it so that the actual person could get away. So that makes me think maybe he was going to do something to Kirk anyway. Because why would he want the iller to get away? You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't there to do something himself. Because why would you be saying that? So it makes me think that he was gonna go there and doing something anyway, like I just said. So you would think he would have, removed his phone, got rid of it, and any other incriminating evidence. I don't know why they got Charlie Kirk on this picture with all these people. Like, come on, y'all crazy as hell on everything. Somebody said 15 years. They didn't read. They said 1 to 15 years. He got 5 years, okay? 5 years. They said 1 to 15 years, so he got 5 years. And not just because of that, he got 5 years too, because of the extra exploitation of a minor. Yeah, I believe he was going to do some weird stuff. Maybe not unalive him, but he probably was going to, create some drama there and stuff. And since he was going to do that, or whatever he was going to do there, you would think he would have took his phone and did something to it, not throw it in the garbage can or nothing like that, but basically take everything out, clean the phone real good. You know what I'm saying? Get all the stuff off of it, and just bury it somewhere, and make sure nobody sees you, or nobody see you. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I write too. Okay, I write, so that's why I be thinking of all this weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I ever did this. I just write, and I think of weird stuff to write about. Oh, he's crazy. That's what I mean. That's stupid. Okay, didn't tell the police to unalive him. It's weird. This man, did y'all see his picture? I got this picture on my thumbnail. Let me show you the video. Hold on, because he is old as hell. 71 years old. He looks like he's older. Let me turn this music off real quick. I said I was going to be here for 30 minutes, but that first story, I was talking about that for a long time. Let's see, we've been on here an hour, 12 minutes. What time is it? Okay, we got to 2:30 and then I'm off. Let me go ahead and do this video. I can't even look at my phone, and I'm going to have to go straight to sleep because of y'all. Let's do this. She's going to talk about that case, so let's listen to her.
But the Charlie Kirk case was the role that George Zinn played shortly after the shooting. Zinn had attended the rally.
So when I said his name the first time, when I said Zinn, I was right. Then I changed it. Okay.
And after Kirk was shot, he stood up and said, "I shot him, now shoot me." And this was a false claim, but it attracted a lot of police attention. He was arrested, police searched his phone, and afterwards they found child sex abuse materials on his phone. 4 months later, George Zinn was in court today, and he took a plea deal. He pleaded no contest to obstruction of justice for yelling that at the Kirk rally, and he also pleaded guilty to 2 second-degree felonies for possessing that child sex abuse material. The judge sentenced him to spend up to 15 years in prison for these charges. It was an emotional hearing today, and George Zinn asked to read a statement before he was sentenced. He didn't mention anything about the Charlie Kirk shooting or say why he did what he did, but he did say he didn't feel like he was a danger to children or parents, and he was hoping to get therapy and some support while in prison. Police don't believe that George Zinn had anything to do with the shooting, but they say that he diverted these critical resources that were needed in the chaotic aftermath when police were trying to find who the real shooter actually was. The person that they believe actually shot Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, is expected to be in court in early February. A somewhat forgotten part about the Charlie Kirk case was the role.
So there you go. She just repeated everything I just said. So that lets you know, that I did a good job telling you guys about it, even with the little bloopers, okay? So he didn't get, I don't know why it takes them a long time to comprehend stuff. You know what I'm saying? The dude got 5 years, okay? They said he could get 1 to 15 years. So they ended up giving him 5 years in prison. He's 71 years old. He may make it, when he come out. I don't know. But that's what he got, 5 years. And not just for lying, but for it's sexual exploitation of a minor, which is a child, okay? That's what he got, 2 charges of that. Because they found some material on his phone, with kids, I guess, and stuff. So it is what it is, okay? I guess next time not to go making claims and stuff and making problems for himself. But he needed to be caught if he was doing things, like that with kids. Okay, that's not a good thing right there. But he's still stupid because if he know he was going somewhere, and even though he didn't know about the unaliving, he probably was going to create some type of ruckus. He should have known not to leave incriminating evidence on phones and stuff, or in his home, because you may get caught, when you create your little scene or whatever he was going to do. But that's crazy. It's just something. It sounds like something was wrong with him though. And then look how old he looks. He looks old as ever, and then doing the most. That's why I said many times before that it doesn't matter about the age anymore. You got old people doing stuff. You got kids doing stuff. You got women doing stuff. You got all different color of people doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be careful out here regardless. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. Now let's see. Okay, so let me give y'all some breaking news, and then we are getting ready to get out of here, okay? Let me give y'all that real quick. So off the prison, George Zinn is going to be going. Okay, he's probably already there. Probably not at the regular place he's going to be at, but he's definitely incarcerated, as he should be, for the extra exploitation charges. The lying thing, I don't know how long he would have got for that. If he didn't have the other stuff, probably a year, I guess. I don't know. I have to look that up. But anyway, let's go ahead and do some breaking news. I'm sitting up here putting my stuff on my skin. Let's see. So I got some recalls to tell you guys about. Hold on, let me put this up here first. This is so unprofessional tonight, you guys. It's so dang on late. I don't even care. Let's see. Hold on. See, I already got the damn thing up there, y'all. I told you I'm tired. Okay, I didn't even know I had it up there already. Okay, let's see. Breaking news. Let's see here. So we do have a recall, if I can find it. Okay, so here it is. Every daggone day, they be called everything, okay? From food to stuff you can use to cars to everything. Today, they got a recall on mouthwash, but it's only because of the label, okay? The label issue. So let's see what kind of mouthwash this is. Ooh, Periodontics Active Gum Health Mouthwash. So it's just because some of the bottles may be missing or have incorrect lot numbers and or expiration dates. And that's according to the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, right? So it's a 16.9 fluid ounce mint flavor, alcohol-free mouthwash. So let's see. So they said the product should include lot number 0665363 and have an expiration date of August the 31st, 2027. But they said this information may not appear on the bottles. Okay. So it's the lowest risk level, okay? Class 3. So it's not likely to cause any type of health consequences. They just don't have the lot numbers on it, okay? So if you want to return it back to the store, you can. Or if you want to keep it, you can. But I would probably just go return it to the store and just get another one with the lot numbers on it, just in case. I'm not saying that something is wrong with it, but I'm just saying you want to use stuff with the lot numbers on it. Okay, so that's a recall. It's not a serious recall, but it's a recall, okay? Let's see what else we have. Everything else is unalive, and I'm not going to tell you guys about that at nighttime because no one wants to hear about somebody being, unalived or home broken into or some weird stuff like that at night. So let's see what else. One more news article. If I can find something that's good, that's not too scary. But let me tell y'all this real quick though. So they said Michael Jackson's creepy, intimate thoughts on kids revealed in BOMB shall unearth recordings. Let me see what they're talking about right here, real quick. I was meaning to tell y'all about this last week and forgot. So they said chilling, unheard audio recordings of Michael Jackson expressing his deepest intimate thoughts on children. They will reveal this in a new TV docuseries. Let me see. So they said he can be heard discussing his innermost feelings on his infatuation with kids. In one eerie moment, Jackson confides that without children being close to him, he would take his own life. Okay. So if he didn't have kids close to him, he said he would take his own life. Okay. He said, if you told me right now, Michael, you could never see another child, I would unalive myself. That's what he said. He also said, kids end up falling in love with my personality. Sometimes it gets me into trouble. What does that mean? And they said this docu-series, the recordings that they have, it also presents a new take on how close Michael Jackson felt to a cancer survivor child, Gavin Arvizo. And that same child later accused him of extra abuse in a 2005 criminal trial. Then the unseen footage shows Jackson, who admitted he's sharing his bed with kids, going on picnics with Gavin alone on the grounds of Neverland. Okay. Now, I must include that Jackson was cleared on all 14 charges, including 4 counts of molesting a child, 4 counts of getting a child drunk so that he could molest him, and of secretly conspiring to hold the boy and his family captive at his California ranch. He was also charged with supplying alcohol to the boy, now 15. So let's see. So this is going to be on a UK channel, I guess. I don't know if it's going to be here too. It's going to air. When did this come out? So it probably already aired. You may can pull it up on YouTube, maybe. I don't know. They probably got audios up on TikTok, probably. I'm not sure. Let me check to see real quick so we can hear him say it ourselves. Before we get ready to go, let me check to see. Hold on. Let's mute that. Let's go over here. Let me see. Michael Jackson's let me see. What did he say in one of them? Hold on. And what kind of trouble is he talking about? Oh, probably because of all of the accusations, I guess. So let's see. See if they got it. I don't think they have it. Well, maybe they have it on here. Let's see. Did I share it? See, I don't think I shared it. Hold on. My ass, I thought I had shared this. I guess I didn't. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There, it took forever to come up.
This was posted a few minutes ago, and
I don't hear shit, girl.
why is the reason you're doing this? Why is the fucking reason you're doing this? Why?
Girl, I thought you was going to talk about the thing.
Just leave the men alone, please.
Now, if you don't, listen, shut up. Because if you don't want nobody to talk about it, you wouldn't be up on TikTok with the shit up. So, you know, they got to talk about this. He don't know. So they don't have one up. I don't see anything up. Shit. They got phone calls and everything. But anyway, so I thought that would be one right there. I guess not. But if you can pull it up, I don't know how you would pull up the actual docuseries. Probably have to buy it anyway just to hear the audio. So what y'all think about what he said? You said you will condemn MJ when they condemn Trump. I heard that. The thing about it, I can go ahead and decipher some things. Okay, here we go. He said, if you told me right now, Michael, you can never see another child, I would unalive myself. He might have said that because he feel, you know, like he's a kid on the inside, right? And so if you prevent him from being around other kids, it's like a part of him probably taken. You know what I'm saying? And since he loved kids so much, and he was like, you know, childlike at times, because maybe what he experienced in his childhood himself, because he couldn't be the kid that he wanted to be, you know, because, you know, his father was too busy trying to make him become a star. So he missed out on a lot of stuff. So, you know, he probably was living out that fantasy when he was alive. And that's why he liked being around other kids. And so if he couldn't be around kids anymore, he wouldn't have a purpose to live anymore. He could admit that. And then he said kids end up falling in love with his personality. Sometimes it gets him into trouble. Maybe because, you know, when the kids fall in love with his personality and he, you know, buy them stuff and hang out with the kids and things like that, some people look at it as being weird. And, you know, people may start making up stuff saying that, you know, it's weird for a grown man to be around kids so much. And then, you know, how they start coming up with these rumors and stuff like that. So that's what he probably means when he meant when he said sometimes it gets me into trouble. You know, people making up allegations because they see him with these kids all the time, holding them, you know, hanging out with them, and etc. That's what I think he meant. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. So, I mean, everything, you know, everything don't have to be looked at in a negative way because we don't know what he meant because he's not here. So therefore, you know, you can be positive about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being negative about it. You said the man thought he was Peter Pan. We know he was a weirdo, but he could sing and dance. Yep, he definitely was weird, man. Sleeping in what you call it? Them chambers and stuff, and using that shit to go to sleep and stuff. Come on now. Yeah, we know he was weird. You know, but if these people were relying on him, you know, they will be held accountable. I don't know because I wasn't there. I don't know what Michael was doing. You know what I'm saying? I would like to hope that he never did anything to kids. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway, I had fun like talking about all the stuff, you guys. That's it with the breaking news and everything. And all I can say is, you know, just, you know, be mindful, you know, where you eat. People are practicing racism to you, then you should stop, you know, shopping or eating at that establishment. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just should all realize that we are all important and no one is better than us, okay? than you as yourself. Everybody is the same. We all are born the same way. We all pass on. We don't stay here forever. We all age. We all go through negative situations, everything. So no one is better than you. Okay. All right. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. My voice is going out. This allergies. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share, leave a comment, and hit that hype up button. Also, guys, if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $Shades2, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Thank you, Jermaine, for being here. Angela probably fell asleep. Thank you for being here. And most of the ones I forgot to tell you, hey, but thank you so much for stopping by as well. All right, thanks to everybody, Bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. You guys, make sure you check out my latest news reaction where I talked about the two girls who were playing, the gaming app, playing on the gaming app Roblox, and they obviously met some dude on Roblox, and this dude ended up, having them go over to Snapchat, and he ended up taking them. Okay, but they did find the girls, I think yesterday or somewhere around that time, so they were safe. But yeah, so I talked about that today there. And then if you watch Country Rain, make sure you check out my Country Rain live reaction videos and check out my YouTube shorts. I did a mini Hobby Lobby haul there. Okay. Other than that, y'all have a blessed night. Happy and blessed Wednesday. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Let me do this. Let me take this down real quick. I wish StreamYard would automatically do this. Let us just push a button or something, or just preset everything and it just pops up when it's supposed to. That would be nice if they did that, especially since they charge so much, $50. Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's get out of here and change all this stuff. We have to do all this stuff ourselves, you guys. Yeah. Good night and sweet dreams.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Mic hot, crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I let gang, and back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with shade. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. Shades 2. She back again. Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades 2. Press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades 2. Press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
Good night. Sweet dreams, y'all.